Alright, welcome everybody. Doing a little bit of D&D in the Svenzone Nashkel Homebrew campaign. It looks like I messed up my intro video, so you have to rely on the asterisk and the character name in chat. While you're there, be sure to subscribe, use your Prime video, your Prime free subscription if you have it. Start off with a quote. Nice. One of the rare Ashley quotes. Very cool. Alright, everybody say hi.
Hello.
Wait.
Hi.
You can actually hear Mantha tonight. It's amazing.
It's because I'm on my phone. It's fine. Don't go adjusting your volume yet. I'm definitely going to switch over to my other mic. This one's easier to set up.
Fair enough.
Excellent. And we do have Ashley coming in now. Just a smidge. There she is.
Sven,
Yes.
your stream says Nick is the D&D today, or is the DM. Nick, you are the D&D.
Oh, I have the wrong stream. Let me see.
Be the crown. You are the crown.
So for tonight, it stands for Damage Master.
Awesome.
There we go.
That makes complete
Nice.
sense. You're
Nice.
running fast.
Solved.
There we go. Right. There you go. All fixed.
Me.
Yeah, so when we have his campaign in a couple weeks, I'll have to switch it back. It's weird the way OBS works when you don't know what you're doing. But let's get into what the bronze tusks are doing. Bronze fangs, rather.
Keeping up with the bronze fangs.
So you guys destroyed a floating island that had a cloud giant on it. Came back with a letter that he had. That is in the message of the day. You can't read the letter, but it looks cool. City Council said that there are rumors of giants throughout the Sword Coast trying to be brought together under one leader. That is the main reason why most people haven't tried to eradicate giants altogether, is because they are very territorial, very racist amongst their own race. And so if this works, then it could potentially mean a lot of danger to the small folk. It's sort of like the old Warriors movie from the 80s, where all of the New York City gangs meet together in Central Park, and this one charismatic person is trying to get them to band together, take over Manhattan. The thought of every single New York City gang all working together as one is pretty scary. It's the same here with the giants. So a hill giant steading has already been taken over. And the rest of by another group of adventurers. And so you have been sense to go find out what's going on in this frost giant, steading frost giant hold, cluster, keep, all synonymous with meaning the same thing, a gathering of frost giants. So you're going to go find out what they know, if anything. And to do that, you have to go meet a pair of scouts in Burdusk. And so here the map of the Sword Coast shows you to the west, the east of the Wood of Sharp Teeth is Burdusk, and that's where you're headed. Rumor has it the giants are more to the east in the mountains, to the east of Burdusk. Sort of, and a little bit north, directly east of Scornubil. But the Burdusk scouts will have the information in theory. So that is where you are going. You guys, as you were getting ready to head out, met Mayatree and Zine. They came to you and said, hey, you guys are wonderful. We want to train under you. And so Tusk and Genesis have taken them under their wing, as well as Kithri has helped out a lot with Mayatree as well, as Mayatree has also started to do some of the rogue type things. And you made your way over to Jasper Moon. In the process, you had come upon some bullets or boulets, depending on how you pronounce it. Tusk and John had fought some weird Underdark creatures that shouldn't have been where they were. And you arrived in Jasper Moon in the evening. And that is where we left off. Any questions, any comments before we get going here? I will share.
Yeah.
The map is pinned, but I will share it as well for anybody who wants.
I guess the only comment I have is that Mayatree is taking a liking to Kithri and wants to be just like her.
Dear.
Similar skill sets.
Alright, so there's Jasper Moon. The Jasper Moon map also has pins. Right now you guys are at the Black Oak Inn in Jasper Moon. You are eating dinner with Raken, the mayor of Jasper Moon. You went to the butcher and sold some of the boulet meat. Picked up some of the Jasper Moon bacon, which is what they're known for. Bacon jerky, rather. And is there anything in particular you all wanted to ask or ask about?
I guess Tusk would ask the mayor while he's exchanging information about some of the dangers that they encountered, and just if they've been having any more problems from creatures from the Underdark, like the Drow and other just monsters from the Underdark.
We haven't had any problems no more with those Underdark. The sealing off that cave seems to have done the trick. It's going to take part of our scouts' daily routine, and he sort of gives a weird look. It's not really daily, but it's close. Is to ride by there and make sure the all that's taken. Nothing has disturbed the cave in there.
Well, that's good to hear.
Hmm.
We'll be out of the area for a little while on the mission we're on, but we'll be sure to check back in like we usually do when we pass back through.
Oh, we've always got a place to stay. If you ever, whenever you're in or around Jasper Moon, feel free to stop by, say hello.
We appreciate that.
All right, so you guys
Hmm.
bed down for the night. Just want to check something real quick. Okay. That's weird. Why would it do that? Trying to fix. How this thing looks. There we go. There we go. All right. Bed down for the night, taking and get a long rest. Tusk still a bit sore from the fights.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and you got there early enough to where you're able to set out at your normal time of getting up about 6, leaving at about 7. Changing the... Is there anything you guys wanted to add, or, buy, or get rid of, or sell, or anything in here while you're here? Donate to the town, or anything?
Were the people at Jasper Moon the ones we originally made the headphones of the Bullet at, or
No.
are they
No,
not?
we made that at Nashkel.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, you made them in Nashkel, yes, but you found them in Concord.
Yeah.
Which is up by Candlekeep. Between Candlekeep and the Wood of the Sharp Teeth, the village of Concord. That is where you fought the Blaze, and then you brought them back and made them in Nashkel.
Okay, makes sense. Cool.
Yep. Jasper is the very first town they went to with Kieran, the ranger, and you guys had were there, and Rakin, who was the mayor, had been missing for a while, and turns out after some little adventuring and rescuing and things, his brother had arranged for him to disappear. They rescued him, brought him back, and Rakin took over, again as mayor, and that's how you guys know Jasper Moon. And then one other time when you came back, the whole town was empty, except for a couple livestock, and followed the trail, found out they had been kidnapped and captured by a group of drow, had taken most of the city, and you rescued them and brought them back. Those are the two main times that you've interacted with Jasper Moon. And of course, there's Dane,
Child.
everyone's favorite butcher's
Very
son.
cute child, yeah.
Plus, Jen's family lives just outside Jasper Moon.
Mm.
Correct.
Yep. Oh no, we didn't stop and visit them on our way here though.
I mean, did you want to?
Not really, no. They were pretty rude talking about Tusk last time, so I'm still kind of upset.
Well, you can think on it. We'll be passing back through on our way back, if we live.
There's always that, if we live.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys head out toward Meadow Nest.
Mm-hmm. We can let the bird folk know that we dealt with that flying citadel and destroyed their island. Or was in the... Did we ever confirm that? I actually don't think we did. Oh well.
All right, so let me. So again, determine who's the highest survival. I keep forgetting it's Genesis or Tusk.
Jen has me by a couple.
And roll with advantage. You're now entering the plains. There are very little hills leading up to the mountains here south of the southern border of the Sword Coast, and I mean not the Sword Coast, but whatever the heck that is, leading to Ammon. And so very quickly it turns to mostly prairie and plains, grasslands. Sometimes there are slight rolling hills, so you can't see quite as far. Other times, it just seems to stretch forever. Sometimes there'll be a small copse of trees. There'll be some trees, individual trees that have just sprouted up here and there randomly, or maybe not. You guys have never seen the aerial view or satellite view of the area, so who knows?
By the way, we're just hand waving the checking in before and after sunrise and dawn with the people that we need to check in, right? I don't want to have to roleplay that every time, but I want to say that we did do that as we were supposed to. We're not like
Okay.
intentionally going rogue or something.
Gotcha.
Just wanted to make that clear. We're doing it as we're supposed to be doing it.
Mhm. I think I kind of forgot about that the last couple times, but good that you remembered.
Yeah. I was looking through my notes. I'm like, oh shit, we haven't said anything about that.
All right, so with the 21, you guys get a good view. You get a good trip. Your lunchtime arrives uneventfully. And is there anything you guys are doing during the day? You are all on your mounts. Beyond that, normal travel.
I don't think I have a lot to do well, on mounts.
Okay.
I think Myo Tree would continue to be just probably to the point of almost pestering Kitri about, various little things here or there. And I'll just be constantly happening in the background for now.
Okay. So, did you
That's
want to
cute.
explain to Ashley a little bit of what Tree can do at this point, as far as spells and or things that are similar to what Kithri can do?
Yeah. So Myo Tree has a couple of cantrips at her disposal. Message and prestidigitation. She also has a variant of the magic missile that she can do a couple of times. That's roughly it on the spell casting department. Other than that, she's expert where she's good at pointing out stuff, so she's helpful. Can use the help action as a bonus action. In addition to that, she also has like cunning action and expertise for some of her proficiencies, and a couple of standard roguish tools like thieves' tools and disguise kit.
Good to know.
Yeah. Generally pretty stealthy. And good with her hands. Decent at investigating.
She also has a couple racial abilities as well.
True. She's kind of good at perceiving illusions. And a little... Yeah, good at perceiving illusions. And what's this? Oh, it's just deception. And as I forgot about this myself, can do a little shadow teleport. From one shadow to another within a short distance. Can kind of use that to then kind of sneak attack, or well, not quite sneak attack, but gain an advantage to attack someone. If you pulled it off correctly. So generally pretty roguish with a couple of spells or magical things to kind of help make that a little better. But mostly it's a attack spell and some helping communicate spells.
Support.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys travel the rest of the day, the rest of your afternoon is uneventful. You start seeing in the afternoon. There are a couple times when Athena mentions that she sees an Aarakocra off in the distance. And by the time you guys get ready to stop for the night, start making up camp, she's pretty sure that she's seen at least two of them. So you guys have a pretty good idea that Meadow Nest knows you're there. Alright, so you guys are out in the middle of nowhere. Are you doing your normal, pulling out the party sheet, are you doing your normal, let me pull it up for the stream, watch order? Actually, I only have Tusk as number 2. I don't have Kithri or Genesis there at all.
Genesis will start off the watch.
Are you going to allow Zine and Myo Tree to take a watch on their own?
I would say they can take a watch together with Athena.
I think that's a good idea.
So they can keep each other company, hopefully stay awake. And Athena's also there in case all else fails.
Okay. And we haven't mentioned him in a while. Are you doing anything special, or are you doing anything with Piper?
He can stay awake for the watch with Myotree and Zine. Mostly he just kind of chills out. He just hangs out with us. Okay.
It's a little funny to me because, like, Kithri is somewhat reliable when it comes to watches. She's not the best though. Fine.
I say we have, if Genesis is going to take the first watch and Tuska's the second, we put Zine and Mildtree on the third and have Kithri as the fourth.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Make sure that you tell Athena to, just in case they don't stay awake, make sure you tell Athena to wake you up when you're supposed to be up.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, and there was it bothered me that when I changed the view to the standee view, the more dynamic view, and during combat, the sizing wasn't correct because it's based on the size of the image. So we had Genesis as like 15 feet high, and Tusk was barely there in her shadow. So I went through, was able to find a software that allows you to change it. Went through today and did all that. So if and when we fight, all of the images will be the correct size, like it is in the group photo. And if you'll notice I don't know if you've opened the combat tracker yet, but I also switched Athena to that to match the group photo. So she has a new 2D token, and if she fights, you will see her in
Fine.
her new trophy.
Nice.
All right, there we go. Okay,
Neat.
so alright, so Genesis, your watch goes uneventful. You go lay down. I have you guys set up as 2 tents. Tusk and John, Kithri and Genesis are in these large 2-person tents with Zine and Mildtree in bedrolls. As you guys travel, Genesis, you're in a field similar to what you've been traveling through all day, and there is a large stag walking up towards you, and you realize you are in a dream, and the stag lowers its head and you climb onto its back, and it turns and starts galloping and running to the north, faster and faster and faster as the grass and the trees fly by, and pretty soon you're in mountains. The antlers from this stag drop away, and you see these 2 figures from far away walking through the snow, and they're sort of keeping close to the edge of where the mountains are, and they're very alert. They both have bows drawn. And as you zoom in and get a little closer, you see, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. So you've never met him, but from the descriptions that you guys were given, and the minor illusions that were cast, you recognize this as Eldrick Swift-Arrow, the wood elf scout that you were meeting. He's lean, agile. He's got very tanned, long auburn hair, and he has a really nice, beautiful long bow. The string itself sort of has, as you watch, a little glimmer of light will zip down it real quick. And walking next to him is, why is this not, there it is, Silra Blackthorn. She is an odd half-breed in that she, instead of being half orc and half human, she is half orc and half elf. You've heard stories and things, you know that rarely happens, especially from the, almost never happens from the elven side, because they will kill the baby before it's born.
Yeah, her grandparents must not be very happy about this.
Only the orcs will typically give birth to the half elf, half orc. But this Silra Blackthorn is scarred, very tall. She's a good 1.5 feet taller than the wood elf. And you see that she has this really nasty looking short sword. Even sheathed, you can tell that there's the handle itself also has some runes scratched into it, so you can tell it's magical of some kind. And so the two of them are walking through the snow, and every once in a while Eldrick will stop and pull out and write on something, and then wrap it up, put it down. The scene jumps, and you see them crouched, and they're cresting over this mound, and they're just sticking their heads up in there, and off in the distance, about 150 feet away, you see this huge beast being attacked by this large worm creature, and Eldrick is sort of holding back Silra, and you hear him whisper something and shake his head no, as you see this thing destroy the beast, and then just devour it piece by piece, and they turn and move back. Again, after he writes his notes, and then you see them stand about 100 feet away from a cave. In this large cave entrance, and you see these huge tracks going in and out of the cave. And there, again, Eldrick is writing notes, and then you're back on the back of the stag, and riding back, and you see the grassy plains as the stag starts to slow. You see your campfire as the sun sets, and he stops. You get off his back, and you turn around, and it's gone. And you wake up in your tent. You see the tent roof above you. You hear outside Zine and Maiatri talking quietly.
Well, that was fun. Been a while since she's had one of those dreams.
Your holy symbol's warm against your
And
chest.
tastes like chicken. I think it still tastes like chicken, actually. If I'm remembering correctly, I think it does.
Yep, you are correct. All right, and so Tusk, you let's see. Let me go back to the party sheet. I gotta check something real quick. All right. So actually, you would hear Tusk. You hear a thunk, and Tusk, you are very bored. There was no fighting today. There's nothing to stretch your legs today. There's a you wake, you do your round every few minutes when you get bored. You'll walk around the camp, but there's this wooden log that's fallen off, and it's about 40 feet away, and there's a stump. And so you'll sit on a stump and then throw bronze fang at the log, call it back to you. As you're looking around, there's nothing for a long ways, way off in the distance when it was still light. You could see a single tree, but other than that, there's nothing around. You can, there are the occasional bugs that you can hear, but for the most part, there's just nothing going on. There's very light clouds, so you can, even with just the sunlight, you can see for quite a ways. So there's no way anything could sneak up on you, even. And you are I need to get a roll from everybody, and I'll push it.
Alrighty.
I don't want to do it now. Yeah, I'll do it now.
Initiative. Wait a second.
He said he needed to roll.
I had to literally look at my character sheet to remind myself that I was thinking of the right thing. Like, I was so confused.
Alright, I'm going to change the ambient lighting to ambient lighting. Moonlight. Actually, I forgot to put. I did think about lighting when I set this up, so give me just a second here. I'm going to add a quick campfire. There you go. And I had everything set up, but then I moved your tokens onto Jasper Moon, so give me just a second to throw you back where you should be. I have Athena out there already. Athena's off the other side. Sort of half snoozing, half aware. There's Tusk. Yeah, so Tusk, you're on the stump, throwing at the log to the north. thunk. It's calling it back to you. And all right, so go ahead and Genesis and Kithri, give me perception checks with disadvantage. Alright, so Kithri, you feel something on your hand.
It's a bug. Gross.
It is a bug, but it's a very pretty bug. It's a very large beetle
Icy.
with this little glowing symbol on its wings.
I hate it.
Sort of like one would call it a scarab.
Yeah, no, I hate it. It's
And
a bug. Woke me up in the middle of the night. Holy crap. Freak
you
out.
see, as you like jerk your hand away from this thing as it's crawling, you see there are tons of them in here, and at least 30 crawling over your backpack and Genesis's gear. And this is
Was this in the middle of the night?
this is in the middle of the night. It is while Tusk is on watch, so it's
Let
about
me take off everybody's armor then.
3 hours.
Brew. Let me take off.
And
Yeah.
give me just a second here. Where's my picture?
Yep. Also
we
took
go.
off my Tree's armor. Thank you for the reminder,
Note. Okay.
Jen.
Click. So
My AC goes
It's-
so low.
you hear this very faint clicking. It's a turquoise colored beetle with glowing luminescent glyph on its back. That's what it looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and
I love how the picture they're on a skull. Like Spud's describing them. Oh, they're so pretty. Kithri's like, ah, bug in the tent, in the tent, a bug.
Alright, so
I mean, we are in the wilderness, so
But
there's a few
still,
bugs. And a
if
lot of
you wake
critters.
up to a bug crawling on you, it's not pleasant. I would know.
yes.
Oh
that
shit,
is-
man! Yeah, no, I've tried to fall asleep and had a spider crawl across the pillow in front of me. I've never woken up faster.
Alright, Kitty, give me a percentile, and Genesis, give me a percentile.
Threw it in the chat. Sorry. Oh dear.
Yep, that's fine. Percentiles are good in the chat. That way, if Kithri dies, you'll know why. Alright.
94.
I
Oof.
did. Ah.
I see why you were saying "oh dear" now.
I got the pleasure of beholding the number before everyone else because of a little bit of lag.
Alright, so I'm going to. You hear a little pop, and you see one of them is crunching down, and it's the runes on its back glow really bright as it drains one of your thunderstones.
Not me going to my inventory to figure out what my thunderstones are.
It's your ammunition that you fling with your stone, and it makes a boom noise when it hits.
And
And you see another one. And you hear a pop as it drains your potion of greater healing.
rude. Okay, so -1 for both of those. I don't have any more
I took care of
thunderstones.
both of those. I took
Oh.
care of it, so you don't have to.
Awesome.
Don't subtract any more. All right, so that is their turn. Now your turn.
Well, is Genesis awake yet?
No, she's not awake.
Okay, well, I'm gonna
You see,
jump
there's a
to
couple
my.
on her sleeping bag, bedroll, whatever you want to call it. There are several more down on yours as well.
I'm going to
They're
get
all
up.
heading towards your gear and your equipment and your backpacks.
Oh dear. Yeah, no, I'm gonna get up as fast as I can and, like, kind of try to shake the other bugs off of Genesis's sleeping bag in, like, the hopes that that'll wake her up.
Okay, so Genesis, give me another perception check. I'm gonna say it's pretty low. I'm gonna say it's a DC 10, but it is at disadvantage. I don't even think you can fail DC 10, can you?
Roll the nat 1, it is a 10. So.
Yeah, so you're
No nat 1?
half asleep, you're half expecting to see a stag. Instead, you see Kithri oddly kneeling, brushing stuff off of you. Are you going to say or do anything?
Um. I think what she has on her right now is her holy symbol, so.
No, it's not your turn. How are you initially reacting? Are you going to say or do anything as you see this?
Yeah.
I don't know if the laugh killed your mic or what, but we are not hearing you anymore.
She, kind of just exclaims that and, like, kind of, like, jumps back, tries to, like, push herself out of the, sleeping bag.
All right. So.
So, it's a loud exclamation.
Okay. Alright, so Maya trees, they're in bedrolls, but 20 feet away, they're 15, 20 feet away, you guys hadn't really said anything or called out or raised an alarm. So I'm going to say give me a perception check at disadvantage. And it's going to have to be like a 16 in order for her to have heard the little exclamation she made. Alright, let me fix this.
Well, I rolled. That one.
Go ahead, try rolling again, and I can push it if I need to. Dex is 2, 15.
Look. plus.
Oh, you did right there.
No,
I think that would be
the roll I just did is for Athena. I'm talking about. Do you want me to push Zine? Her roll? Click, click,
yeah.
click, click. It is perception. P is for perception. Just don't forget to add disadvantage. Click the little button. Okay, why didn't it?
Shoot. So based off of the rolls that I could see as the dice lows,
What is happening? Yeah, it's being weird with
I think it's
my tree.
rejoin occasionally,
Alright, so I'll just
but regardless,
see if I can do it from her thing. Maybe the whole thing is broke because she's not showing up in the requested rolls either. So give me a second here. Skill.
feeling it might have been.
Perception.
You're cutting out a little bit, Nick.
There we go. Alright. So yeah.
Sorry if I cut out a.
For the first 6 seconds at least, she's asleep.
Sorry, I'm messing with my input sensitivity.
Okay.
Someone else in the room speaking.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, I think it might have been just my.
I want you to know, Nick, because it's really funny. You just said, "I think it just might be my."
Oof.
we didn't have the words. We just had, "I think it might be my," and then the laugh about it.
Sorry, I think it's one of those cases where it's just my end, not registering for some reason. I have to join.
Alright, so now it's Athena's turn. You're within 100 feet, so she is awake and hearing what you're saying.
Well, can Kithri ask her to tell her what the situation is, or no? Because my turn has already passed. Can she see any more glowing bugs outside?
Alright, so her speed is 60. So she comes flying over. And she tells you there are a bunch more of them crawling along the ground and going into the tent.
Just Kithri and Genesis's tent?
So she flies. She gets 10 more feet. She can go up a little bit. As far as she can tell, yes.
Okay.
2. I'm going to change the view of this on the screen. Alright, now Genesis, it is your turn.
Or at the very least. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Stuff going on IRL. Jen, I think she just has her holy symbol on her at the moment because she was asleep a couple seconds ago. So I think what she's gonna do is she's gonna go ahead and cast Spirit Guardians.
Oh dear.
Just because there's a lot of things, they're all around her. And I actually, let me check what spell class I have.
And if you could make sure that does not require any components.
The component is a holy symbol, so I think we're
Perfect.
good. And I'm marking it off now. She's casting it at 4th level, so it does just a little bit extra damage. And she's designating her teammates and various familiars to be unaffected. So an affected creature's speed is halved in the area, and when the creature enters the area for the first time or on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom
What do we
saving
see?
throw. Yeah, just kind of out of the ground, burrows like a bunch of like woodland creatures. That think of like that scene in Harry Potter where they're like all like practicing their Patronus. It's like that. They're like silvery blue. They little rabbits dancing around and birds and uh, things like that. So
Okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
And I think all this stuff happens on the bugs area or on the bugs turns. So
All right. So no alarm has been raised. The owl is silent as it flies. So Zine is going to need a
Well,
DC
perception
16.
with
Genesis did
advantage.
you scream something out, and I assume Elvish, so
Zine needs
hasn't
a
been completely
16.
silent.
That ain't it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oof. Duh.
Tusk, you are more familiar with Genesis. You are also awake, so you are not at disadvantage. Why did it pass Tusk? So I'm going to say it's going to be a DC 13 perception check, straight roll.
Alrighty. Flip to the skills page tab. Do. Woot. I have a helmet that gives.
All right, so yeah, you hear the curse that Genesis did. You can't understand it. I don't believe you speak Elvish, but you can understand the inflection. So you know, and you hear, now you hear movement, and now as you look over there, you see all these woodland creatures appear. You recognize what spiritual guardians is, and you see that happening. And
Right.
now, since there are multiples of you, and I forgot to give it to Genesis anyway, this is. Go ahead. What do you want to do? I'll share the picture while you're moving over.
All right. To be clear, they are like the bugs, like inside tent.
And outside, going in.
So you can't see anything from where you are. You just hear the commotion and see the spiritual guardians right now.
I probably get to there.
Okay, so
I have-
now you do see that there are these blue scarabs. Again, I shared the description.
I will say they look super cool.
They do.
Clicking turquoise-colored scarabs with these glowing runes on their backs. And there's probably 10 or so crawling underneath. A couple of them are around, trying to get into the tent. So they're on the side of the tent, and they're going in. And give me a percentile.
Hey.
Nice. All right, so
Good job.
it was warmer today, so for the cross breeze, and because Genesis had a lot of broccoli, so they're trying to air out the tent a little bit. The tent flaps are open, so you can see in there, and you see there are lots of them. At least 30 or 40 that you can just see from where you are, all over their gear, their backpacks, and so that's what you see. And a couple of them are glowing really brightly. The runes on their back are glowing bright.
Alrighty. I was just checking some of my other options that I normally don't look at, but nothing that seems. I think as I'm running over, especially as I get here, see the proper bugs, I kind of yell to Z Maltree's like, Zine, Maltree, up. We got trouble.
Okay, so that wakes them up.
We got bugs.
Then us probably just seeing kind of Jen in there, a whole lot of space in there. You said there were some bugs that were on the outside as well, kind of crawling in.
Yes, a handful.
All right. I think Tusk will just, because I have 40 movement, I would have 10 left. I'll take a step forward and do like a slice at the little amount of bugs I see on the outside. Trying to get some.
All right, so you're using your axe, or how are you attacking?
I think he's going to try and do like a sweep with his axe on bugs on the outside.
All right, so if you go 5 points in either direction, 5 above their AC or 5 below their AC, you're going to hit the tent.
Okay.
That's fine.
This seems like a pretty reckless move, don't you agree? As he will do his usual way of attacking.
We're gonna have to get a new tent.
I mean, after they got in the first place, Kithry wants to get out.
I definitely hit the tent.
Yep, you hit the tent.
Well,
You
With
did
a,
it really fucking good.
So because you got a crit, I'm not going to have you roll. I'm going to say your axe landed just right. Yes, it sliced through the side of the tent, but it just missed both of their backpacks and all their gear. Just hit the bugs.
That's some good damage too.
Yeah. As I bring it down. Okay, I'll just slice on the bugs right there. Nope, I just do a big slice through the tent. It's like doing almost a "Here's Johnny" kind of situation.
Right.
Here's
Like,
Tusk.
oops, go to pull it back and it rips the other way.
Well, might as well keep going and less worried about the tent. Slicing with the now open hole to the bugs in the tent. I guess I'll make next attack. At the bugs that are in the tent, I can back. I'll get you another tent.
Nice of you to say.
No, partially resisted.
And because I crit this turn and have not bonus action yet, third attack is a bonus action.
Wow.
Or another crit.
Very nice.
Fuck him up, Tusk.
I imagine
The
it's
Tusk
largely
is
he's
control.
slicing down into it, and like the almost
Also
like explosion
stop
effect of the thunder is.
Go, Tusk. Go, Tusk.
Yeah. So yeah, Tusk accidentally ruins, and it's like, what the hell? I'll buy you guys a new tent, and then just keeps going to town.
Yeah, he
Just
just
ruining
gets
the side of the tent more. I guess I probably should ask: does anything happen to my axe as I'm attacking?
Not that you can tell.
Okay. Just want to know how to make any roll. In that case, that is my turn as I kill some bugs and ruin a tent.
All right. As you you slice into these things, and they're a swarm, so they hold on a minute. They're a swarm, so you mightily destroy one of them, but then it's one of dozens, so even your crits wipe out. Your axe is covered with these guts, and there are big furrows in the ground next to their gear. And let me see.
By the way, I don't think Tusk is supposed to be grappled right now.
In their space. Okay. So, you see the
I got it.
spiritual guardians as they come in contact with these bugs, they just sort of fade, and the runes on the back grow a little bit, and your spiritual guardians don't seem to be affecting them. But I do need to do a couple quick things. Let's see. Alright, so Genesis, since you know your gear better than I do you have things that have... What things do you have that have charges?
Gem of Brightness. Let me look.
Okay. So, anything that has charges loses a charge. Not in your backpack, not in your bag of holding. Anything that's not in the bag of holding will lose a charge. I'm looking at your other stuff, and then I need a percentile. Okay. And by the way, I'll be very curious to see an artist rendering of the 6 things you're wearing on your neck. The 3 amulets, the holy symbol, the pendant.
Okay, every time I have described her, it has been that, like, you hear, like, the clinking of the different things that she wears around her neck and her wrist.
It's a
I have said it every time.
giant charm bracelet hanging from her neck. Anyway,
She's like one of those, like, hippie, like, boho girls that wears, like, 16 necklaces. And, like, they're all, like, different materials, so they clink together differently. Okay, yeah, so I think I just marked off a charge on everything. Like Clockwork Amulet, Bag of Tricks, Gem of Brightness, and Stepping Now. So that sucks. Especially because the Gem of Brightness doesn't come back ever. Rip.
But honestly, when was the last time you used the Gem
And-
of Brightness?
you lose one of your scrolls of Featherfall.
Damn it, I don't have that spell. That's why I have scrolls. Did you take it off?
Yes. Okay, so
Okay.
that is them.
So,
Tusk, give me
By the way-
percentile.
if it looked like my spell was healing these guys, I'm stopping the spell.
It's
I'm
hard to
talking-
tell because they're so small. You would have to, if Tusk hits it, they die, so you don't really see one that's hurt.
But, like, it didn't do anything to them? Like, none of them, like,
Their
shrivel
runes are
up when
glowing
we come in
slightly.
contact?
Nowhere near as much as the ones who are eating your scrolls and your get these potions and things, but they're absorbing the magic to some extent.
Okay, if they're absorbing the magic, I'm dropping the spell.
Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to say that with a 45, a couple of them start moving over toward you, Tusk, but they're very happy with what they found. So I'm going to say that Piper is very much interested in trying to bite these things.
I was gonna tell Athena to eat them, but
Yeah, eat 'em.
Yes. Eat 'em,
There it is.
eat 'em.
Friend, there he is. All right. So there's. Oh, I can zoom in a little bit now that you guys are all together. And there's little Piper in his little tininess.
He's so cute.
There we go. Turn it. Zoom in. Go down. Turn. All right, you guys are all together. Okay, and by the way, I did the math, and Kithri is accurate. She looks like a tiny thing. There can be 3 of her stacked, one on top of the other to make Tusk. So
I had Piper selected when I went in, so everything looks huge.
at 2'11", she's tiny.
It is very
All right,
short.
so-
Yes.
All right. So did you want to do Piper? Do you want me to do him?
I can do Piper.
Okay. It's more just flavor. But as he does his little hop that a ferret does and grabs one of them and starts wrestling it, wrapping himself around it, trying to pull its wings off and bite it.
You want me to roll for the bite?
No, don't worry about it because it's 1 damage. We'll just say he does the 1 damage.
He does a damage, guys. Oh, and it's resisted too. He does.
So don't forget, you do have a spell that can make your familiars wonderful. Alright, alright, so top of the next round, Tusk. Like I said, a couple of them are crawling on you, but most of them are still trying to get at Genesis and Kithri's gear.
Alright.
Oh, hold on. It was taking a minute to roll. Kithri, you're first.
Here.
So I said I didn't put you as prone because you're short enough to stand up in the tent, although now it's starting to fall around you. I was going to make you and Genesis roll, but you both have such high enough acrobatics that I'm just going to say you guys can knock the tent out of your way. So you're good.
Here. I want to say Kithri sleeps with her weapons because it sounds like a very Kithri thing to do.
Oh, they're definitely within reach,
So
yes.
she'll pick
You
up
moved.
her.
And try to get stuff off Genesis' sleeping bag, but they're still within reach, yeah. So
Yeah. Can she only pick up 1 as a free action, or can she pick them all up?
I'm going to say you can do it as your bonus action. I'll give it to you. I know that's not rules as written. Everybody calm down. But I'll take away your bonus action if you want both. Oh, Jofu Panda's in the house. Welcome. At 8:13, he's a little help to Tusk, so on your turn you'll have a +2 to your help.
Nice. Thank you. Very much appreciate it.
The gem of unused brightness.
No, I'll just grab my rapier. I don't know. I'm just looking at this and it feels so stupid to try to use a rapier against a swarm.
You can make like a scarab kebab.
Yeah, that's the plan. So, should I just go in the combat tracker and click the scarab swarm and to target it?
Yeah, that's the one that's attacking Genesis's gear. The one next to you is the one that's attacking 15 is the one attacking you.
I did not get a map.
Oh,
Let me try
sorry.
to open it.
That's weird. I thought I shared it to everybody.
I
Here you go.
just assumed.
So close. Hide it behind all.
That send that time?
Well, I opened it as
There we
well,
go.
so
Okay.
it may have been one or both. I
Yeah.
think I'm still gonna target this one just because
Okay.
it's a much smaller. Well, yeah. Yeah, it's a much smaller swarm, and
Now it is,
if we
yes.
get rid of it, then we can focus down on this one.
Okay,
Plus,
makes sense.
she gets sneak attack with this one because it's surrounded by her party member. Anyway,
This is...
okay. And what does I need to look at Find Familiar again? I can't remember how it works. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can do for my turn, but I can't think of anything, so we'll go ahead and pass it.
Alright. Tusk. You have a
Alrighty.
+2 to whatever you want to roll. Thanks to Jofu Panda in the house.
Yeah, very much appreciate it, Jofu Panda. Well, I think Tusk will take that little help, use it for what he does best, and keep working on the swarm that's working on his, party members' stuff.
Okay.
Like the couple that are coming towards me and the ones that are stuff. Swing to hit some. Manages to sweep away the rest.
Alright, so yes, as there's still a handful left, but they're enough to where you can pick them off and throw them to the side and get them off the backpack long enough to kill them. So they are
Takes
in
a step
Kithri's.
forward,
This
stepping
is
on
in
one.
Kithri's square. I just have it slightly offset, but they're actually in her square, as is her backpack. They are not on Kithri. I mean, there are a handful, maybe less than 10 on her, but they're mostly trying to get to her backpack. And most of them, her whole backpack is just covered with these turquoise things, as they're crawling in and out and trying to get at her magic items.
Cool. Tusk is going to attempt to hit the swarm without hitting Kit 3 or her bag. But, he's also just swing.
Alright, just a second. I don't think that's within. I just still think you're within limits. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I think, first swing, Tusk is showing being careful in his own way. So instead, he just tears the top of the tent as he's swinging down, and then tears the last bit of the side that he hasn't destroyed yet. And then using the newfound space, he's going to use his killed something bonus action, and we'll use that attack to try and attack one more time. Using the newfound space and
Get the roll back up for you, don't worry.
Alright, so that is just at the range. So if we get a 9, you're going to hurt somebody or hurt something. So go ahead. You're still within the
Well,
range.
that is my okay. Yeah, I just end up like hooking the back, having my free tearing it, which hence like who has like a little bit of support, so it's not completely closed on us just yet, but it's mostly like half gone. But that is my done.
All right, give me a percentile. And K3, give me a percentile.
Not great at rolling percentiles. So.
Okay, so there. Still focused on your gear. That's right here. You don't have to do anything. All right. So anything? I don't know that you have anything that has charges. Daily
My
or
mage bane does, but it's probably not in my bag. I also have the stepping nail, but that's also I have it on me, not in my bag. And so, but just let me know with those if anything happens to them.
okay, look at this.
That's in the bag of holding.
All right, and then I need another percentile for some to see how much of your stuff they want to get.
Sorry. That doesn't.
It's all in the bag of holding, so that's safe.
You found the fire rod.
All right, so I need one more percentile, please. There it is. All right, so you lose 3 of your dazing ammunition.
That's magnetic bullets.
2 of your magnetic bullets.
Okay.
And your wand of mold earth loses a charge.
Oh man.
All right, Genesis.
I think they're eating the magic. I'm saying that out loud, so now everybody should be on the same page. I don't know. I don't want to cast magic because they're eating it. Can I just like reach in and like yoink her bag out of there and like try to like just like white bugs off of it? Oh, I think somebody's talking to him right now.
All right, I'm sorry. So what is it that you're actually doing?
I want to like basically take her bag and just start like just wiping bugs off of it. Shaking them off, wiping them off, whatever.
All right, so you've got Tusk and Kithri in between you and the thing. I'm gonna say this is a. Just give me a straight. You can choose DC 12 athletics or DC 15 acrobatics.
I'll probably go acrobatics. Because I don't think I can fail a DC 15 acrobatics because
No,
of
this is
reliable talent.
Genesis trying to grab the bag.
Okay.
Yeah, I need the same number no matter what, so I'll go with acrobatics.
And I'm not looking at your character sheet.
No, I need to roll the same number,
That's funny.
so we'll go with the one that I'm better at.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Oh, that was using Zine's dice. I'm gonna use the lucky feat.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my dice this time.
Not quite as exciting as the happy feat. Alright, so you are able to grab it, and the swarm is now in your square with you. As they all start swarming up your legs, as you start trying to knock this thing off, shake it, as a couple of them will fall off, but a lot of them are still on and around.
Well, whatever.
So you are
Tusk, if
so prone.
hit my
Did
right
you want
leg.
to try to stand up?
Oh shit! Yeah, I should use my movement to stand up. Is it possible to stand up now that there's a massive hole in the tent? Can I stand through that hole?
Yes, like I said, wasn't worried about you or the. I gave Kithri a pass. I'm going to give you. You just have to roll an acrobatics.
Or
And
actually, can
not
I
get a
just
1.
take this bag and go outside the tent? Can I move back, please?
Yeah, you can stand and then move out, but you have to roll an acrobatic check and not roll a 1. If you roll a 1, you get caught up in the tent. That Tusk has been gleefully destroying. Yep. So no problem. You have half your movement if you want. As this swarm is crawling along the ground and
Okay,
crawling
I'll
over you.
move back and give everybody some space.
Okay.
Don't worry, guys. I got them out of the tent.
So it's not. They're not near your gear now, so you don't care.
Well, all my gear that's on me has already lost the charge from them,
You
so
wouldn't
I
have
don't
any
really.
gear on you. You were sleeping, except for what you're wearing, your amulets and stuff. Is that what you're talking about?
Wait, those didn't lose a charge? You said to mark off everything that had a charge, so I marked off everything, but there's the
Except for the
stepping
stuff.
nail and the clockwork amulet that I would have been wearing.
Right, and so they would not have lost a charge, although they're going to lose a charge
Shit,
now
well, they're
that you're
about
wearing
to,
them.
so it doesn't fucking matter.
But the only stuff that I wouldn't have before was your stuff in your bag of holding. There you go. All right.
Well, I didn't know that. Anyway, it's not my turn anymore.
Okay. So it's my tree.
Yep.
She's definitely awake. She's prone.
Scrambles out of her sleeping bag, stands up.
Okay.
So double check, make sure I'm unmuted. Yeah. Her being yelled at, seeing the destruction of the tent, sees Genesis fleeing from what she probably first perceives as like a storm of hornets or something that glowing.
Yes. They don't fly. They're
Oh.
crawling. I know the picture shows them flying, and I'm annoyed at the artist for doing that, but they don't fly. They're like from the mummy movies, the scarabs. They crawl.
Well, so like swarm of bugs that are like crawling. It's like attacked by a beetle.
This whole line is like ants on an ant line coming from the tent toward Genesis.
And I think she's just going to wanting to help but harm Jen is going to use her magic missile to precisely hit some of the things.
Nice.
So she kind of, I'm going to roll 1, apply that damage, rather than roll.
Gotcha. Yep. Gonna do the same thing. Same roll
She
3
kind of like
times.
as she's like standing up. Nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice. So as she like stands up from her sleeping bag, she kind of like breaks
Sadly,
through
as
the shadows.
these things get, you see as the bolts get closer to them, a couple of them sort of raise their heads, and a couple of them even jump toward the things, and it doesn't seem to do anything.
Oh, oops.
Jen's like, I did say they're eating magic, so.
Bio Tree would have not realized that. Yeah, it's totally just a rookie mistake on Bio Tree's part, not the fact that I blinked on it.
Yeah.
And
Good role play, man. That's great.
yeah. So yeah, so that's Bio Tree's go. She's now confused, probably still like half awake.
All right, Zine is also awake, also prone.
Zine is standing up. He just watched.
Okay.
He just watched Tree casting spells, and then just like, yeah, they're eating the. So the other fucking spellcaster in the party, he's got 2 throwing daggers. Maybe he'll get like a little bit closer.
Throws a dagger, hits Jen instead.
Well, it's probably gonna we're gonna have to use some mending on Kithri's backpack, as Dean uses a throwing dagger to try to hit some bugs, or rather, bug. I don't think it should do damage to more than 1 bug.
1 minus 1 damage.
All right. 14. 18 on the dice. It's a good hit. And it's within the range, so it doesn't do any damage to Genesis or the backpack.
Woo! That's nice. That's nice. That's nice.
Right, you got the bad one, so the rest of them will be easy now.
Don't you worry, guys. He's softening them up for you.
All right, Athena.
Well, okay, I have to.
You're gonna
She
have to
can
have
always
Genesis
try
make
using them.
her spell into a potion so you can dump it on Athena.
So she's gonna fly down, descend, try to eat one or 2 of the bugs. Just like grab them with her claws or something so she
Right.
can eat them.
She does have flyby, so she can leave as well if you want her to.
Yep, she's probably gonna. I didn't count how much movement did I already use. I can't remember. It's fine.
She was here. 25.
Okay. So, and then ascend back up and land in like one of the branches to eat the bug.
Okay.
Nom nom crunch.
All right. So she grabs it. She'll have some sparkly owl pellet in the next couple of days.
I think Piper's still playing with that bug. He's got one and it's trying to crawl away from him, and he's just like batting it around, trying to bite it. I think that's his freaking turn.
Yep. All right. Top of round 3.
You did Athena doing that or anything? It's fine if it didn't. I don't know.
No, an owl doesn't do damage. Now, if Genesis casts her empowered familiar spell, then yes, she has an actual attack. But
Okay.
flavor, she's absolutely eating one of the beetles. All right, Tusk again. You get to go first.
Yeah, Tusk is gonna step up to where Jen is with the swarm on her,
Give
and it's
me
like pulls very.
acrobatics. Just don't roll a 1. Actually, for you, I'm going to say a 1 or a 2. Oh, he moved. Sorry, I didn't see him move. There we go.
I figured trying to throw a dagger through the fire maybe wasn't gonna be great for him.
19, no problem. You're easily able to avoid what's left of the mess that's there and the tent.
Just like pulls very still, and then Gusto reckless grip up stuff. Fortunately, that's he's being careful.
Well within the range, though.
Yep.
We've been rolling like garbage today.
Well, that's my third crit of the night. So at least there's that. It's like crits or miss. That one actually like get the proper distance. You feel a little like stagnant. He has the soft right in front of you, Jen. Because I crit, I get an attack again.
If you have to hit me, hit my right leg. I feel like at this point that's just like a known fact throughout our party of, oh yeah, that's fine.
As I'm like scraping off either side. Getting, but I actually get my aim done. But that's my turn.
Still within the range. 18 is within that range, so you're good. Alright, Kithri.
Remember,
You could go around and get flanking.
Yeah.
No, they're in your square. They're all over you. So you
But I
can't
could
flank a
go-
swarm.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
damn.
I don't think you'll need to worry about that, though.
Half of them just turn to face you, and half of them turn to face the other people.
Yeah, and then you hit the ones that aren't looking at you, obviously.
Yeah, that's how you sneak attack.
That's how you do that.
Alright, so that is above the range. So you are... give me a percentile. I'm going to say there is a 40% chance you hit Genesis.
Oh dear.
I don't even care, just hit me.
Nope, you hit your backpack.
I
Alright,
can't.
so give me a
Okay.
percentile. Again, to see what happens. I'm going to say there is a 80% chance that nothing goes wrong. Alright, so you slam into your backpack, slice into it. A couple of your unmentionables fall out, but you're fine.
Sir.
You'll have to
Well, you are in fact mentioning them, so
roll your... You have to do mending on them.
Hey, whatever.
Items not to be named.
That's a lot of fixes.
Now it is.
Wow,
Nice.
that was.
that's holy crap.
You're not happy that these things are trying to eat your stuff.
It's
Sadly,
just like very quick jab, 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 jab.
that's
But
right.
then there's like 10 or so of them, just dead bodies getting
Yeah,
stacked
for
up
real.
against each other.
It would be really funny if we tried to cook them. They're already like on your sword.
They're freezing. It's a cold sword.
All right, so
we
it's
make
because Genesis
bug ice cream.
is helping and trying to get them off and they're do with her stuff. They are going to attack Genesis.
Okay.
I didn't even mark the charge back on the things that wouldn't have been drained earlier, so they're probably being drained now. So I didn't even bother.
It's so if it's being worn, it only loses 1 charge. So,
Yeah, all the things that are
exactly.
worn only have 1
Yep,
charge.
so you're perfect.
so.
You don't have to do anything else. Genesis. Alright, so they managed to bite into you. This is
Yeah.
at half
Actually, fuck
speed.
it, I'm insulting them.
Dung beetles.
Share that.
Let me find it.
It's weird. It doesn't have the. It does have the share thing. Oh, it doesn't say anything. Oh, there it is. Okay, I was like, it wasn't wrong. Okay. Okay, so you're using one of your uses of Bardic Inspiration. So, let me double check what it says about Bardic Inspiration. Bardic Inspiration. Inspire others through storing words or music.
So I don't think Bardic Inspiration.
I do not see anywhere where it talks about you touching the weave, being a magic. I know you definitely don't have to concentrate on it. So yeah, I'll say it doesn't make any sense, but rules is written. You can cutting words a swarm. Go for it.
She's so creative in insulting bugs.
And I get advantage on the Bardic Inspiration because of the thing I took.
Is it a feat
Whichever
or
one
magic?
it's like a feat.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, the character talent. Cool.
Yeah. So it takes 7 off of their attack.
That's a 6. So I'm not going to bother.
Yeah.
That is definitely a miss. All right. But,
So she's over here just stupid fucking bugs waking us up in the middle of the night, eating our magic. I cast a 4th level spell slot, and you ate it.
and can you give me a percentile, Ashley?
Me?
Yes.
Making me roll so many percentiles.
I know, he's really
it
loving
wasn't
that tonight.
bad enough to lose those, so you just lose 2 things of ammo, which is both dazing. Okay, so 2 more pieces of dazing ammo. And your wand loses another charge. Wand of Mold Earth.
Okay.
That's on your actions
But has
page.
1 charge left.
Alright. That is them.
I don't have it on my action page.
You know, what?
Well,
Should.
you should.
Why doesn't it? Passion items. Mage Bane, Stepping Nail. You're right, you don't. Okay.
It's on my actions page if you want to drag it over. That was my wand of Mold Earth that I gave to Kithri. So if you
Oh, is
want
that
to
why?
drag it over.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why mine has all the charges expended, so I never tried to
Gotcha.
use it.
Okay. Athena's munching.
So if you want to drag that to her inventory, you can. Piper's munching.
If you want to say that she's still eating, that's fine. I was just gonna have her go in for more. To be honest.
Okay. Well, 6
And
seconds.
like,
Owls are pretty fast, but I don't know if they could destroy a scarab. But she can definitely tear it apart and then fly back in, whoosh, and grab another one. Whoosh.
can I
She
like
rips it
just
apart.
flavor say her wings buffeting them, or like kind of like slowing them down a little, so
Sure.
like
Absolutely. They're having to
it's
grip,
the whole
having to
action.
grip onto the bag instead of crawling toward what they want. All right, my
Yeah,
turn.
it'll just be help for whoever's next. But
Okay. All right,
So-
my tree.
Seeing that didn't work last time,
You now have Tusk. Zine in front of you as well.
Yeah. I think Mayo Tree is going to try campfire.
Okay, so they are crawling on
Like,
Genesis as well as the backpack. Yep, so that's fine.
yeah, she like
So you can easily
sweeps,
hit them,
grabs
or
her
whatever
little
she wants to
short
do.
sword or scimitar,
Okay.
like runs around and lashes at the bugs.
Wow.
Damn,
Nah.
nice critical.
Just net.
Critter
Just
whiff.
Yeah, comes up and around. I'm actually like taking off some of those ones. Uh, yeah, that's. Or as a bonus action, she will help um help Jen like with the bugs that are on her.
Okay. Alright, so she stabs. Zine.
Zine's got another dagger. Things are getting a little bit more busy, but I think he still has like a clear enough line of sight to the backpack to try to throw a dagger. Used the wrong dice, so it rolled poorly. Yeah. I don't know what the range is. But if it's bad, then a knife just kind of thunks into Kithley's back.
Alright, so give me a percentile. 1 through 20, it hits Genesis in the leg. 20 to 50, it hits Genesis. Above 50, it hits the bag. Alright, so
Yeah,
it hits
it
the
hits
bag.
the bag.
And I don't think she has any potions in her bag. I think they're all in her bag of holding or her pouch.
Yay!
And I'm going to say her pouch would not be attached to the backpack. It would be with her clothes. Correct. Yes. She does have that though, so give me a percentile. You want 90%. Yes, there's a 90% chance it doesn't happen. Okay, so clink. It hits the oil flask, but doesn't break it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's Zane's turn.
All right, Genesis.
Now for Genesis's turn.
Backpack is looking
I
pretty sad.
Yeah, I can't really heal it right now when there's bugs because I think that'll mend the bugs.
Inside the backpack.
Yeah.
The 2 or 3 that are in the backpack will love it.
Yeah, I didn't say that she grabbed any weapons on her way out, so I don't think she's got anything. I don't know. Can I just keep trying to like smack bugs off?
You can do your unarmed strike, yeah, sure.
It will not do any damage if I do my unarmed strike. So
Okay.
fuck.
Give me a. Checking one thing real quick. Give me a sleight of hand check. With advantage.
Oh no, it used the help for that.
I mean,
What else is it gonna use it for?
Yeah, but
yeah.
Alright, so
Yeah.
you,
I already had advantage, so it did double advantage.
Yeah.
so you're standing next to Tusk. Tusk is standing next to you, whatever, however you want to phrase it. So you reach out and you grab his +1 magic hand axe. So
Oh,
you
cool,
can
cool.
attack with that. It's a simple weapon. So you're fine with it. You just put a +1 in a thing, and
Can I
your
click advantage to use the help for this? Because it
yes, and
wouldn't.
your proficiency bonus is 3, I think. Is it 3 or 4 now? Let's see. You're 4. So +5 to hit, and a d20 with advantage. Oh wait, it would actually be more than that. Let's see how well you roll. 15. So that's a hit. That's perfect. And then the damage is
D6 plus 1 plus strength.
Yep. So +2 for you. 1d6 plus 2. Nice.
Woo!
On the swarm, okay.
Thanks for the help.
Yeah.
Alright, so are you dropping the backpack, or are you still trying to hold it aloft?
I think holding it aloft
Okay.
is more helpful to everybody. So,
Alright, like I said, these things don't fly, so they're having to crawl up you to get you the backpack.
whatever. I don't have any charges left on all my stuff, so.
Alright, Tusk again.
Tusk is gonna keep doing what he's doing.
Should be able to kill them before they get to their turn. If Tusk may do it by himself, so we'll see.
No, that was so close
Miss.
to it for me.
He's the leader for misses.
Woo!
Because you
Hey,
goodness sakes. And they've all been 20s. You haven't rolled a 19 crit.
Well, no, there
No.
were 3
First
they've
one was
already-
like-
This is the first 20, isn't
I think my first one was a 9.
He rolled a 20 for Mayo though too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
the
He
first
had to.
2 were 19s. One was a double 19. So
it? That
Yeah.
was a fun one, yeah.
Yeah, so like I
Nice. All right.
swing once a little too wide, but then I bring it back and I knock like the rest, setting them like flying in the air, raining and finding dead. From
Very
landing into
good.
like the fire, sizzling.
So with 34 points of damage to it, that takes it out. All right, so you guys are standing there catching your breath, flicking them off. There's still a handful floating
Piper
around, not literally,
running
but
around and
crawling
eating
around.
them.
So Piper and Athena are running around, and your riding Drake, comes over and eats several of them as well.
Nice. Artemis deserves a snack too.
And cool. So, oops, we totally blew past our break. Sorry, guys. I was setting an alarm and I just keep forgetting resetting it. So let's take our break. We'll be back in 10 minutes, guys.
Alrighty. Yeah, soon.
All right, we are back. Sure that's the right one. Yes. All right.
Alrighty.
Okay, so the mana swarm, or mana drain beetle swarms, have been taken care of. Tusk probably feels some level of guilt because it was on his watch that it happened, but on the other hand, he had no way of seeing it.
In defense, it was bugs. So
They could have
You
thrown
guys
it from the ground too. We don't know where
use
they
my tent now.
sorry. Say that again. Like you're like cutting in and out.
You guys can use my tent now. Sorry about your old tent.
How
As it like,
expensive
I'm
is-
imagining as it like finally falls to the ground.
Right, we're talking the last support pole falls.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is not really within mending means of repair.
It is. It would take us. It would take some time, but yes, if you really wanted to.
Well, I mean, Tusk has the last watch anyway, so we finish off our rest there, and then both Genesis and Zine have mending, so I guess we'll work on it.
Well,
No, Tusk has the second watch.
no.
Oh shit!
You had the first watch. I had the second watch.
Oh shit! Never mind.
But it's not raining. It's a very clear night anyway. They were just
That's
sleeping in their
fine.
bedrolls anyway, so.
No, I'll just sleep outside. Keep your tent.
Okay. In that case, I think that's the end of my around the end of my watch. By the tree, Zine, I think you're right.
Alright, so the rest of the night goes by uneventfully. So I'm going to push a long rest, but the items that lost individual charges do not regain them back. So
I guess
double check and
actually
make
Tusk
sure.
would also ask. Probably like Jen. Probably Jen would be the most likely to know this. By the way, what are these? They're like beetles with glowing runes? Are they like those iridescent magic giant beetles we fought a while back?
That's a good question. We should probably figure out what these are. Sven,
They were
I want to
summoned
try
by
to figure
something.
out what kind
Or-
of bugs these are.
If we were just unlucky.
I feel like they were probably drawn.
so I
by
need either
that
Arcana
creature.
or Nature. The Nature DC is going to be 17. The Arcana is going to be 15. So they are considered beasts. And so I will just share. Oh, this is read only, really. Okay.
They're resistant to magic damage, right? Which is why everybody but Zine's attacks were doing that damage.
No, they are immune to
Ooh, immune.
spells and other magical effects.
I think the damage resistance was just because we were doing like
Swarm immunity.
physical damage to a swarm.
Any swarm
Yeah.
is going to do half damage. And Starfinder is even worse. But AoE does amazing things to swarms. Anyway,
Yeah, but we don't have any AoE non-magical damage. Like,
Yeah.
correct.
it
We
does
could have
not
burned
exist.
down the tent. We already, I mean, Tusk
I
had
mean, I have a
already
jar of
damaged it.
oil that I could have like tossed on them and
Exactly.
then lit on
Yeah.
fire,
Just
but
Could've tried that.
fire.
I mean, I didn't want to do that since they're on your backs.
True.
So yes, they normally aren't as big of a deal because the magic item has to be unattended for them to do serious damage to it. I'm just reading through here to see what else you know. And had they hit you, you would have had to make a DC if you hadn't insulted them. Then you would have had to make a charisma saving throw or lose one of your unused spell slots.
Well,
Your lowest level unused spell slot.
the good thing is that my charisma is pretty high, but I did insult them anyway, and
And but you think these are so I'll just read it. Whether from gnawing on the flesh of the undead or nesting in areas rife with lingering enchantment, these beetles have developed a taste for the power of magic, even as its power has marked them. The graven glyphs on their carapaces resemble the priestly cuneiform of long dead kingdoms, and the more magical energy they consume, the brighter they glow, up to the equivalent of a torch.
huh.
They pursue magic without hesitation or fear, seeking it to drain it for sustenance.
I feel like somebody's probably trapped some in a jar and then like kept casting spells in the jar or something. Free torch, heatless, doesn't really go out, just dims.
Alright, speaking of which,
Actually, quite interesting.
add this to the yeah, and I'm not one of those DMs who make every encounter a challenging encounter. Otherwise, there would have been like 4 more of them.
Well, it was
There we go.
challenging for me to find something that might work. I'm like, okay, so I guess my actions page isn't that long now because I've got everything collapsed because I can't cast any spells.
Yeah.
Using items or potions, that probably won't work. Close that.
Yep.
So I guess real quick, we'll go through our sidekicks level up.
Yes.
Oh yeah. You're gonna have to drag the level on because
Zine?
Tasha's still the
Alright.
Yeah, because
and
it's in the DM thing.
the DM's version of Tasha's and not.
Yeah, which we unfortunately don't have access to. I think for this level for Myotree, she's going to take a level on Spellcaster as she wants to, as she's working with Kithri. It's like, oh, you use magic to help,
Confuse, bamboozle.
5.
Yeah, so
she should get
work a little bit on that.
2, 7, so we should get 2 more, so we get 44. Okay.
Speaking of which, is there a spell you recommend Kithri that she should learn? That's a first level wizard spell.
Oh yeah, you're an arcane trickster, so there should be a lot of overlap there.
Yeah.
Alright, so Zine. Oh, if you have an answer, go ahead.
I don't yet. Go ahead. I will.
Sidekicks. Okay. Expert. Spellcaster. 4. 5. Alright, so you finally get second level spells. Very nice.
Woo.
Alright, Psychic knows 2 cantrips, 1 cantrips. Okay.
He
When Psychic
hasn't.
gains a level in this class, you can choose one of the spells it knows from this class and replace it with another spell. And spells known column. Each of the spells known. Okay, well, hold on a second. Here it is. Shows when learns more spells. Okay, so spells known. Okay, I'm sorry. So the spells known actually doesn't. It goes up to 4. So he should know 4 spells. He has 4 first level and 2 second level spell slots. And he learns 1 new spell each time he levels up. So so you can learn 1 spell, and then if he wants to swap out one of his other spells for a second spell, you can. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So let me change this. I don't
By
know why
the
that's
way,
so weird.
just in case you look and you're like, huh, that's too many. He has an extra cantrip because he got the spell sniper feat, which gives him an extra cantrip.
Kithri will probably recommend either Tasha's or Find Familiar. The biggest reason I didn't just recommend Find Familiar outright is because a lot of what Mayo does of Find Familiar would also do. So it's not super synergistic. It might be. I don't know for sure. But
Gives her help to help other people.
yeah. Tasha's is I'm pretty sure Kithri had Tasha's at one point, but I can't be 100%.
Just hideous.
Hideous laughter, I think is what you're assuming.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, we just like less than a minute ago referenced the whole book as Tasha. So
Yeah.
That's valid. Tasha's hideous
Like
laughter.
I
Yes.
assumed
one would
correctly. It was just
assume, but
like I am looking at. There's only one spell. It's a first level wizard spell. That's Tasha's. That starts with that.
Mhm.
And they are still. I know the class itself is not PHB, but the spells that they use are still PHB only. Except for the occasion where, like, Milo Tree has a unique one.
Mhm. I was also looking at stuff like Featherfall or Disguise Self, even though that wouldn't come up as often for this character. It kind of makes sense.
All right, so
Yeah, well,
Zine is
Kithri
done.
has
You just have to
disguise
pick your
self, but
spells.
she doesn't use it as often.
And did you want me to pick the spells, or do you want to pick them? I would rather you do it.
I'm currently looking through the spells, so I can
Okay.
pick one. It'll just take me a while.
Milo Tree. You said she's going spellcaster?
Yep. And the only thing she gets for level 2 spellcaster is an additional first level spell.
Well, every level they get, let's see.
Looking at second level spellcaster, the only thing they earn is 1 more spell known. Alrighty, so, but since it is Kithri's recommendation, Milo Tree will take the Hideous Laughter spell. Which I have now added.
Cool. All right. Oh, and her hit points went up 4, Her con is 1. 7. 2. Doesn't seem right. Oh, okay, because the expert is an 8d8. That's why. Okay.
Yeah, spellcaster's D6, expert's a D8. I think warrior's like a D10, I want to say.
Okay, so you guys get a long rest. Oh, let me check and make sure her spell slots are correct. Because Fancy Grounds doesn't like sidekicks yet. Let's see.
Oh, looks like she has an extra spell slot. Still only has 2. That's next level spellcaster that she gets 3 spell slots.
Woo.
Alright, so I'll fix that. 1. Nope. 2. There we go. Okay.
Thank you.
Alright, so you guys wake up. Nothing else happens throughout the night. You see Piper has an distended stomach in the morning.
The bottom one doesn't have many chocolate chips in it. I'm sorry.
He's been
Thank you.
munching
I
on
looked at it.
all
It's
night.
like chocolate chips.
Yes.
That one is chocolate.
Thank you.
Yep, but he is happy. And his poop glows for a couple days.
Mm.
Alright, so you guys
Okay.
continue forth. Anything else you wanted to do before you head out? Or as you head out? Okay, so you approach
Oh.
Meadow Nest. As you get within, like I said, as you move in the morning, you see way above you there is looks to be a bird, and then Athena clarifies or verifies that it is in fact an Aarakocra, just really high, watching you guys as you're moving. And as you get within, as you continue to get closer to Meadow Nest, you see more. Every once in a while you'll see them off in the distance as they're going to and from Meadow Nest. And you can just see it off in the distance, and Yikik comes and lands. Yikik is the Aarakocra scout you rescued from the fiends. Welcome back, Bronze Fangs. I see your numbers have changed, but looks like you're still doing well, Mr. Tusk and Genesis and Kithri.
Oh, well met. How was the winds today?
Wait a minute. There we go. There we go. The winds have been favorable the last week or so. It's been nice flying. And he starts walking with you as you guys walk to Meadow Nest.
Real quick, how do you spell Yikik? Never mind. Thank you.
The images. Yeah.
I noticed that now. Right as I asked.
pocket, please. Thank you. Goodness sakes. Okay. And you see that there has been quite a bit of for lack of a better word, construction. They've done quite a bit since the last time you were there.
Ooh.
Oh.
Kill this map. Okay. And as he's talking with you and just making small talk and asking where you've been and what you've done and how things are going well, and he you see some of the warriors sort of making a point to get a good view at you guys and see you as you're walking through.
That's a pretty cool image.
And so, and Yukik says, "So, are you just here, just passing through, or you here for assistance? What brings you to Meadow Nest?"
Oh, we were passing through the area. Thought we'd stop by. And we wanted to share some good news that we thought your community might appreciate.
All right. Well, let me go get Kana. And so he flies ahead, and the unofficial leader, who is her name is Kana White, comes out to meet you guys. I'm trying to get to where I can stagger these images so everybody can see them. Click, there we go. Do that, make your kick a little smaller. Alright, so you go and there's lots of different open terraces and places with tables and things outside. And she leads you to one. And what information did you want to tell her?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if I remember correctly, the flying keep that we dealt with was first made like aware. People were first spotting when it like passed over and was like around the islands they were normally at, or they were at before this, before the islands exploded, and was possibly involved in that. I don't remember if we confirmed that or not. I just remembered that. Oh, hey, this was that flying keep with the giants on it was probably involved with the destruction of their former home. So I just wanted to share with them that the that we had dealt with those giants that had possibly was a part of the destruction of their former home.
Okay.
Hoping, yeah.
So you hadn't really learned a whole lot of specifics about their situation. You just knew that they migrated. They were forced they were forced to leave the island they were living on, which was beyond Cholt. And so, not wanting to settle in the jungles of Cholt, and the heat and the lack of being able to fly and things like that, the mountains aren't very giving there, so they decided to continue on to the larger continent, and they came here. Spoke briefly with Nashkel. They've talked to the Grasslands Enclave as well, and settled here, pretty much out in the middle of nowhere on the plains. But as to the specifics of exactly what happened or why they had to leave and things like that, you never really gained a lot of information on that. Same thing with the Cloud Keep. Don't have a whole lot of information on that. You just know it did come from that same general direction. You are correct. And it came from beyond Cholt. It was first noticed as it went above Cholt, and then when it was realized that it was coming this direction toward Nashkel, then people started freaking out. And
all right. Well, in that case, my other last question is to try and confirm some stuff. I guess probably start by explaining. Recently we encountered a flying keep that came from the land you were from. To our knowledge, it was seen in the vicinity of your island around the time that it had exploded. We are unsure if it was connected or not, but in case it was, we want to inform you that we have since dealt with the giants. If you know anything more about this flying keep or possible giants' involvement, we might very much appreciate the information, but if that was somehow involved, hopefully it could bring you guys some solace.
So one of the birds that are there has been keeping, had a scroll with him, and as you started sharing some of the things, they were writing things down, and they are introduced as Rakrak, the historian in Meadowcrest. And so they ask you some clarifying questions about, what was on the flying island, and you tell them about the hippogriffs, and you tell them about the lions that were there, and the giants, and the hill giants, and ogres, and things, all the things that you fought while you were there. He asks you some more clarifying questions about how long you were aloft and where the island fell.
Share the details. Recounting our glorious battle with the cloud giant.
Right,
emphasizing the great feats of all his companions.
Gither killed dragon on the way up there.
Yeah, you almost soloed that dragon. That was cool. Felt fun pulling out all of your unused abilities. That was fun.
Because I forget so easily. Why do anything else when I can just stab?
I was just like, well, it's fine. She won't mind missing the charge on disability because she
never
won't use it.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Real quick, give me the survival check to know how well you got, what time you guys got there.
Jen?
And this is with advantage. Survival with advantage.
By the way, Nick, in the proper nouns for Yikik, you
Nice.
pulled the one for the 3 Aarakocras instead of the one that's just him.
Oh, oops.
I
Thought I
thought
got
you
the right one.
know.
Alright, and so you guys get there early afternoon, about 2 hours before sunset. And as you're talking and things, they ask you questions. If you ask, they let you know that the scar is still there, and that there's some humans who are, or mostly human, although it's different races, seem to be building some sort of temple there, or building there, vaguely temple shaped. More looks to be more like a university or some sort of housing unit for people to study the rift to the Shadowfell that's within the scar. And but there haven't really been some minor excursions every once in a while. Something will escape or come out of the Shadowfell, but they don't really, between the Grasslands Enclave and the Meadow Nest and the people who are there now, there hasn't really been any kind of serious threat. They offer you food and lodging for the night, and they are all very fascinated. Not all, but Athena gets a lot of attention, being a fae, very large owl. And so there are a couple of their druids and will come and look at them, and their spellcasters will come over as well and study Athena and ask you questions, and how it works being a halfling and then switching to the view of an owl as you change perception and things. So
Go from very short to very tall.
You have like the lowest and the highest views of everything.
right.
Yes.
No medium. It's fine. You don't need medium.
So is there anything in particular that you wanted to do while in Meadow Nest, or anything you wanted to ask, or
2 things.
okay?
One, let's get a new tent. Um, 2,
Hopefully a nice one. Doesn't look fun.
Jen wants to try to figure out what that creature she saw in her dream was. The one that was attacking the beast.
Okay.
I don't know.
So they
It
don't
feels
have
like foreshadowing.
okay. They don't have tents themselves, but they have leather, so it's very easy. A tent is just well, the one you have is just very basic, and so it's just a matter of getting the right size of leather, whether you have to patch it together or whatnot. So that's very easy to do, and they don't even charge you for that with the information you've shared and
Oh,
bartering and things. They'll take some of the bullet meat and some of the bacon jerky and stuff. So
nice.
that's easy enough. And they'll take your scraps and use them for other things. What's left of your tent, they're happy to take.
They're like, there's a lot of like very large, very straight cuts in this. What did you say happened to it again?
That's right.
Bugs.
Bugs. Yeah.
They are also
Like,
very
"What's a
interested in the
spider?"
scarabs, so they'll take a couple of the scarabs that you guys, the bodies of the scarabs, and
Mhm.
you see it. Their druids again will study them, ask you some questions about them, specifics and things. And let's see. As far as the other thing, go ahead and give me First of all, let me see if you know it. Give me a history check and a nature check. I believe it's a natural creature. I'll double check while you're rolling.
Both from anyone?
So far, she didn't say anything to anybody.
I was going to, and then we got attacked.
That's
So,
but you
things
can
kind of
definitely
rushed by.
retcon it and say
Yeah,
as you were traveling.
definitely
Yeah.
I definitely told you guys like, oh yeah, I had a dream, and like wasn't just a dream; it was from my god, and I saw the scouts that we're trying to meet, and
Mhm.
XYZ, and then I saw them watching like this massive creature coming up, like some sort of like worm with spines, and it went up and attacked like well, I don't know if she knows what a mammoth is, but in the picture, it's a mammoth that it is attacking, and it is way bigger than that mammoth.
A fluffy elephant.
Yeah, a fluffy elephant, something like that, like a big thing. And I don't know, it feels like I was kind of shown that for a reason. Maybe it was just to know what kinds of things they were scouting out, but I don't know. I just have a feeling we might run into that, and I'd like to know what it is before we fight it.
Great. More bugs.
All right,
I
so
don't know if it's a bug, but it's
so you've fought on kegs before. So as you've been doing, you did some studies and some research on kegs. You found out that there is a variant of the onkeg that lives in the cold, and it is called a remoraz.
oh, that's it.
So they're
That's it.
similar to onkegs in that they can burrow through, except this one is ice and ground as well. The frozen tundra. They have tremor sense like they do, but despite living in cold, they are very hot. So, and they're so like their spines and things and give off heat. And rumor says if you hit them, they will burn you. And
Sounds like Kithri's ice pick will be especially useful.
and they're big enough to swallow creatures ear sizes.
Kithri's extra small. Like,
All right, yeah. So that's what you learned about them, or what you remember historically wise. So as you ask the people in Meadow Nest, they're not familiar with remoras. They're druids. Haven't been to the tundra enclaves, so they're not familiar. Nobody there has studied the remoras.
Yeah.
They're familiar with onkegs, but not remoras.
Figured it would be a long shot. I figured that wasn't really where they went all that much. But any information is good information. So,
Okay, so there we go.
good to know. I feel like we're definitely gonna fight that thing because Sven didn't have to look up the name or anything. Which means that is, somewhere written in his memory or in his notes. So keep that in mind.
Because to also be fair, though, he did has just mentioned it offhandedly in the past, like in the last session of my campaign when you guys fought on kegs, and he mentioned, oh yeah, like their ice, weather variants, the remoras.
Oh shit, he's been thinking about this fight more than we thought. Not to get all meta on it, but
well,
One thing they
Do we?
go ahead.
Sorry. Do we know, like, if they're weak to cold damage or whatever?
She doesn't
Do you
remember.
know if
Okay.
they're weak to cold damage? What do you know about Remoras?
I mean, I was no. It's just history, nature. Just rolling them both.
One of the two. Yep.
Do
History is
what
just you happen to have studied it. Nature is you know you've learned about it through your natural stuff. All right, so you do know a little bit more about it. So yes, and you guys do know what elephants are. They are used as mounts by a certain, and you know what a mammoth is as well. Both of you know what a mammoth
Okay,
is.
yeah. I saw it like fighting a mammoth.
Which can also be used as a mount.
mammoths? Assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
No, the Remoras. You just gotta live with just not being able to walk anymore because your butt's just no butt. It's all burned off. You have no butt.
Remoras. Alright, so they are. Here it is. They are immune to cold and fire.
Okay. Good to know.
And you confirm what she thought was rumor. Their body gives off so much heat that if you hit it with a melee weapon within 5 feet of it, you will take damage. Fire damage.
Good to know.
Good to know. Good to know.
Alright, so you guys spend the night there.
If we know that, Tusk is probably gonna end up making melee attacks against this. Or would we be able to find like fire resistant potions while we're here?
Not in
If
Meadow
not,
Nest. They
that's
do not
fine.
have any, no. Burdusk probably does.
Okay.
And yeah, you check something real quick. Abilities. Yeah, you're not proficient with herbs. Yeah, so you can probably find something like that in Burdusk, but Meadow Nest doesn't have anything like that.
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to fast forward. Because you guys not have any encounters. On the rest of your trip to Burdusk.
Oh, well. We've got main
Nice.
character energy now, guys.
So
Or everything's too
headed
steep.
for Meadow Nest. You arrived at Meadow Nest at this time. Arrived at Meadow Nest. And on the 13th, travel toward Burdusk. So give me 2 checks, please. Survival checks. To see what how well you travel.
Advantage?
Yes.
You want to?
On the 13th, unless you piss off Tusk and he doesn't help you for one day. Yes.
Oops.
14.
Even better.
Wow.
Woo.
Alright, so you arrive at 10 and 10 a.m.
We're wise as shit, guys.
Not get through, but we can ignore that.
She's the intelligent one.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not all that smart, so.
Alright, so you arrive at Burdusk at 10 and 10 in the morning. Let me switch it to... Before I forget. 11, 10. And it is... Click. Poof. Alright, so it's Saturday the 14th. It's a really funny movie. I think it's bad on Friday the 13th. Things get really bad on Saturday the 14th. And
Yeah, look at the fucking aftermath.
Oh no, I have to pay
There
my
it is.
car. Or
okay,
I have to get a new car. Some madmen broke it last night.
That reminds
can't
me,
believe
I'd love
anybody
to
else
see.
you guys have seen it. Anyway,
I haven't.
I've-
I'd love
I've
to
seen
see a
Friday the
movie
13th.
that's
no,
just
Saturday
about
the
like.
14th.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a movie that's just about the after effects of the purge. Like everybody going to work the next day, and then
Yeah.
you have to tell your coworker, "Oh yeah, Steve's not coming in today. I killed him." So
Alright, so Genesis pulls out her map of Burdusk. Let me close all these other windows on the stream. Click, 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 click. There you go. Alright, and you are meeting them at the Running Stag. Which is up here. So I'm going to say it takes you about half an hour to get there with all the new sights and sounds and distractions. Hawkers trying to have you buy their miscellaneous street meat on a stick.
it's okay. We're full. We've already had beetle on a stick.
That was 3 days ago, but okay.
No, I'm just joking about beetle on a stick.
Alright, so you come into the inn and you... This time in the morning, it's not that crowded. It's still early for lunch, and definitely not the evening crowd. Bartender sees you, sort of nods, and I thought I had changed that. Give me just a second here. Indicates that you can sit anywhere you want. What would you guys like to do?
So we don't see them at the moment.
Correct.
We should probably ask to see if our scouts are here. It was a wood elf and half-orc lady, right?
Yeah.
Might just let them know that the bronze fangs are here for Exodus. Slyra and
So who is going? And who is talking and what are
Eldrick.
they saying?
Jen?
I guess I can go up, yeah.
So while you walk up to the bartender, you see that there's a serving girl. She comes over to the table, gets your orders for food or drink or whatever it is that you wanted. And bartender looks up. Yes, what can I do for you?
Hi, I wanted to check in. We're supposed to be meeting two people here. There's a wood elf and a half orc. Then Jen's gonna kind of describe them to him to see if he's seen them before.
And who is asking?
The bronze fangs.
Yes, I seem to remember them. I think they may have left a package for you, but not sure.
Okay, Jen pulls out, I don't know, 2 gold pieces? I don't know how much
That's a
that
very
is.
hefty bribe.
Oh yes,
A
I
gold
remember.
piece.
And he takes the gold and
Kither looks so
goes
irritated.
back. And
She's so tired of people refusing to do their jobs without extra
For
payment
real.
on top of what they probably already got. It's just so full and annoying.
until that's because Catherine's never been in the hospitality job corps. So,
True.
all right. So he hands you a scroll. You take it back to the table, and you guys open it up, and you see there's a map.
I like the little note at the bottom.
Too many giants. Flee. That's fun.
So with the information, there's some more handwritten details on the back, directions on the back. You're able to get to the entrance. You have a pretty good idea of how to get. Come on, I'm trying to get my ping open. Here it is. To get to the entrance here, and then it's just a matter of. So give me, everybody, give me an insight check.
Power or
No, you can just do it straight. It's a DC 18.
Oh dear.
7 or 9.
I didn't roll.
Don't you
Right.
worry, guys.
So Genesis, you're used to dealing with cryptic information and things, so you realize that what they're trying to say with this map is that this here, the cave / base camp, would be a good place for you guys to set up, stash your gear, put your stuff here, and then you can go to the Giant's Hold if that's something you still want to do. They're telling you there's too many, you should just leave, take your money and go. But there's some sort of creature's skeleton here to give you a landmark that's where you start to head east, and then and like I said, the directions, you have the directions sufficient enough to get you to here.
Okay, cool. I think we were supposed to have like cold weather clothing here for us, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, no. Scouts will join us at the base of the mountain, and then they'll lead our mounts back. That's what I wrote down. So,
I believe we
so
have
I guess we're gonna
to
go meet the
get
scouts at the base of the mountain.
Were we provided cold weather
It
clothes?
My
Did we?
sentence after that is you will be provided with cold weather gear.
Ah,
So, I think we should probably. I don't think they knew to plan for Mautri and Zine, so we should probably grab stuff for those two while we're here. So we don't just throw some children into snow and say, okay, good luck with the frostbite.
That's yes, that's definitely something to consider.
All right, so
But they
you
were
have a
also
map.
supposed to like
You have
meet
no
us here.
guides.
So.
You know where you're
No, no, no.
supposed to go.
We're supposed to meet them at the base of the mountain.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I thought it was like we were supposed to meet them at the inn. So
Yes, you were supposed to meet them in Burdusk.
okay, yeah. So,
So you guys
But-
can think about what you want to do for 2 weeks, as we will be back here next week with the
Underdark.
Underdark campaign, which is not streamed. So stream won't see us next week, but we will be here. And the week after that, we'll be back here with the Nashkel crew. So thank you for playing with me, guys. I appreciate it.
yeah. Thanks for DMing.
Thank you for DMing.
And there we go. Okay, cool. So don't forget to like, subscribe. Sundays we have Starfinder. Wednesdays we have our other D&D campaign. So feel free to stop by, say hello. Whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your days. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night.
Good night, guys.